Yeah, yeah, huh? Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, yeah. It's so rugged. So raw. It's so
From its annual home of Indianapolis, Indiana. Coming up, here he is in the 40-yard dash.
Simply put, not a good time for him right there. Just didn't have the burst off the line or the long speed that he needed to.
Next up, the all-important test of strength for a future NFLer. It's chest day, baby. Turn on the bench press.
Well, we expected him to keep going for a while here. Bit of an early exit and underwhelming to say the least.
Now we'll see how many reps he can put up on the bench press.
Well, we expected him to keep going for a while here. Bit of an early exit and underwhelming to say the least.
Now we'll see how many reps he can put up on the bench press.
Well, we expected him to keep going for a while here. Bit of an early exit and underwhelming to say the least.
Well, every football fan knows this. Explosiveness and agility are so important at every position. And now we're going to see how much he has of both here in the broad jump.
Well, that mark certainly much shorter than we were all expecting. He really didn't get the explosion he needed in that leap.
All right, it is time for the fastest event of the Combine. It's a showcase of how well you can change direction. It's the 20-yard shuttle.
That is such an excellent mark right there, and there's no doubt that he's got the quickness and the change of direction to thrive on an NFL field.
All right, partner, the traditional drills are done. Now the all-important moment where he can make the throws they're going to need him to on Sundays.
There were some highlights from that performance, no question, but I'm not sure he answered all the questions or checked all the boxes that some of these scouts had with that kind of showing. That was a tough showing for him. It really was a chance to wow in front of personnel from every team in the league. But this performance, Kate, this performance fell flat. That was a tough showing for him. It really was a chance to wow in front of personnel from every team in the league. But this performance, Kate, this performance fell flat.
That wraps up.
When that cell phone rings, time stops. It's the single second that years upon years of work have been leading toward, and the conversation that follows ends one chapter of a football life while beginning another.
Real my circle, you can't fit. Don't too me.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Go! No! Up back to 60! Back to 60!
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throw right side, taken in by Neighbors. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. He'll step up and run this. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
He'll take off again. And the Giants are going to be set up 1st and goal. Couldn't reach the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up into this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
And he will do it himself. He's in. Touchdown, Giants. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
Dable there, the head coach of the Giants. His guys heading back out for their next possession. And, Greg, week 1 here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
So we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Wandale Robinson, the one he was looking for that time. And it's going to be 4th down. Dable there, the head coach of the Giants. His guys heading back out for their next possession. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drop. 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports.
Don't get put in that blender. Hold on, who is you? Pat him down before he enter. Don't you hang with the ops talking about he don't remember. Trying to copy what I do. He was not a printer. Cooped up. Get they shit touch begging. I ain't even got $2, so you roll call when I'm coming with me. No, this ain't jump ball. You can't jump with me. Ball and jump, man. Touch hands. We about to bump then. Better bang yours. Cause I bang mine. This ain't happen overnight. This take time. You see